I remember a couple of years ago there was this Ushkushi lady which was caught touching herself inside the public library. She was sitting at a computer, and as I understand, like she was talking with her boyfriend, and she flashed at the computer. But due to the fact that this happened in a public library and eventually the video got leaked, police got involved. And she was charged. She got fined for it because she committed obscene acts in a public space. And there's video evidence of her doing it. But apparently, had he done it in the White House while working for the Democrats, I understand that America is a nation of laws. Like, the Democrats keep repeating this, right? Like, no one is above the law. So there must be a law that allows you to do boot sex in the Senate. So I assume that flashing boobies in the Senate would probably fall under the same category, right? How is it possible, though? Like what is it about the American institution? You know, like they keep saying it's like the hollowed holes of democracy. The hollowed hole. I guess like the hollowed holes of democracy actually protect you from getting charged with crime. I mean, they find la cocaína in the White House. This is something that even to this day baffles my brain. Like the fact that this comes out of someone's mouth, it doesn't immediately turn every single head in the room, and it's like la cocaína in the White House. You know, like it's. But just because that doesn't happen, like to me, it's bizarre. However, you know, you have la cocaína in the White House, and yet no one is being charged. They don't know who did it. They don't know anything. And what's interesting is, like, whenever you have, like, crimes happening in the real world, the Democrats will be like, oh, well, we need more surveillance. Oh, we need more AI safety. Oh, we need social media to do more. Why are they advocating for the White House to crack down? Why are they advocating so that they have more cameras in the White House? So that they have microphones everywhere? So that their phones are being monitored? For their own safety, of course. Like, you know, the fact, like, this is also interesting. The fact that no politician is concerned about sharing the White House with someone that does la cocaína, that is also telling. I mean, that's a hardcore criminal, isn't it? That's a person that goes behind bars. And none of them are concerned about the fact that there's a criminal on the loose. What happens if he remains without the cocaína? What if he actually tries to mug someone? Apparently, he may actually get away with it because there aren't enough video cameras in the White House. You need more. So this is the absolute situation, you know, and it's why I don't understand when Dev shows me videos with someone saying, it's like, yeah, I can't tell the difference between fact and satire anymore because of the current situation, right? Like, if I believe this news, it just goes to show about the situation that we're in, the clown world that we're in. And this is what we're talking about. It's absolutely ridiculous, right? So, like, you have people that do boot sex in the Senate, and no one is getting charged. That's not even the main problem. That's not even the main problem. The main problem would be that you need to start launching an investigation to see whether or not that wasn't a blackmail video. And if it was a blackmail video, how many other senators have to make similar blackmail videos? Because that's what it looks like to me. To me, it looks like if you have a person that is videotaped committing a crime, especially if they're like a high-ranking member in office, right? If they're a politician, if they're a judge, if they're a prosecutor, and you have them filmed committing a crime, that's a blackmail video, a potential blackmail video. So the question is like, okay, well, are these videos being made? And then you're telling the staffer, hey, you need to do this, because if you don't do this, we're leaking it to the press, which, by the way, actually happened. You know, my Eastern European cynical brain just doesn't think of any other reason on why that video would even be a thing. Like, that, I see the left trying to say, oh, this is homophobia talking. No, I'm not against people having boot sex. But have the boot sex at home. Or have the boot sex in a place where it's legal. Like a motel or something. You do not do the boot sex in public. And if you do the boot sex in public, you do not do it in the Senate. And if you do the boot sex in the Senate, you don't film it. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, these are obscene gestures done in public. Surely there is a law against it. You can't gaslight me to the point where you say, well, no crime was committed. Oh, my favorite is like, oh, well, if it was straight sex, it would have been different. No. No, it wouldn't. No. That's not the problem. It's in the Senate. That's the main problem. That's why it's shocking. That's why I, from Romania, know about it. Is due to the location where it took place. When Bill Clinton had the affair with Monica Lewinsky, didn't that create a scandal? What was that? Homophobia as well? No. It's not about like the type of position that they were in or the toys that they used or no. So apparently the US Capitol Police announced on Thursday that no one involved in the film in a congressional hearing room last year would be charged with the crime. After the video went viral on social media, the Senate staffer apparently involved was left without a job. That's not my concern over the fact that they were left without a job or not. I mean, that goes without saying. But again, it's when politicians are committing crime, all of a sudden they go, we don't know, we can't figure it out. We just interesting, isn't it? Right? Like in the age where everything that you say online is being monitored, in the age where you have cameras on every street corner, in the age where like there's justification for more surveillance rather than less, you have someone doing la cocaína in the White House and doing the butsex, and they just don't know. It's just, the authorities are clueless. They just meh. I honestly can't wait for some late night comedian to start telling me how no one is above the law and that America is a nation of laws. And it's like, yeah, but like this is a good test program to see what happens when the rich or the influential get caught doing a crime. Like if politicians and the wealthy, when they commit a crime, they get arrested, then you can say, yeah, I mean, this does look like a nation of laws. I mean, even if you're in office, if you commit a crime, you do get the full extent of the law. I mean, okay, that makes sense. So then you can say, yeah, well, like this country does have laws. But when you see that the politicians and the well-connected, even when they're caught on 4K, they're going to be able to weasel their way out of it, and you're going to have police say, well, there's no crime there. Like, really, you do not have any obscenity laws in Washington, D.C.? I mean, maybe that's the case, you know? Maybe there is no crime. Maybe everyone can film that in Washington, D.C. I know that it's not a free speech issue. I know that it's not, because the Supreme Court specifically says that obscenity is not part of free speech. Like, they have ruling on that. But maybe, you know, in 2024, boot sex in the Senate is not obscene. Although, like, shouldn't a judge rule on that? Like, shouldn't you have, like, an elderly person with a beard that's a judge, and he would look at the tape and he would be like, omoshiroi. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.